So we are continuing the chapter on learning. And remember, the word reinforcement is always trying to increase a behavior, which is why this arrow is pointing up. Negative reinforcement. Any stimulus that, when removed after a response, strengthens the response. So reinforcement is increasing the behavior. Negative means we're going to take something away. So examples of negative reinforcement. Well, one example is, let's say you know you're going to get a very specific speech from your mother if you, let's just say, don't take out the trash. And then the speech goes like this, you've heard it. You know, you got to do your part, you're not helping, don't you want to help the family? We're all very busy. What we're asking you to do is very simple. I can't believe you don't want to help. Why are you being so difficult? And you know what's going to happen if you do not take out the trash. So in order to avoid hearing the speech which you've heard before and you don't want to hear it again and you know it's going to come and it's going to just wear you out, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and be proactive and I'm going to take out the trash because I don't want to hear that speech which I know will come. All right, so there's an example of a negative reinforcement. Another one, the alarm. You're in bed and the alarm, you want to avoid, you don't want to hear the ringing of the alarm clock. It's loud, it's annoying. So how do you wake up, you go over and you turn off the alarm to avoid hearing that ringing, which is messing up your morning. Another one which many of you might be familiar with is a car alarm, but I actually should say it's more like a beeping or a ringing. For example, when you get in, many cars start beeping for you to put in your seatbelt. And you decide, well, I'm going to drive just a little bit and I'm going to ignore it, but the noise is too annoying. And you just, all right, I'm going to put in my seatbelt in order to stop that noise, in order to make that noise go away. Okay, I'm going to put on my seatbelt so it could stop. So, increasing your behavior, whether it's taking out the trash, getting you to get up out of bed, getting you to put on that seatbelt. We're trying to increase a certain behavior by removing an aversive stimuli. Negative reinforcement. All right, now punishment. Punishments are trying to decrease the frequency of a behavior. So whenever you hear the word punishment, just think, oh, decreasing the frequency of behavior. And that's why the arrow is pointing down. How do we decrease a behavior? Well, there's positive and negative ways to do that, and we're going to go over some of those examples. A positive punishment presenting a negative consequence after an undesired behavior is exhibited. So, a positive punishment would be, well, we're going to give you a spanking because you're not behaving, right? We don't want you to act up. We don't want you to be rude, or we don't want you to cause a scene. You caused a scene in the grocery store. You caused a scene in the restaurant. We don't want that in the future. You're going to get a spanking. Remember, punishment is trying to decrease a behavior. So positive means we're going to give you a spanking, or you know what, you have to do extra chores, and that will teach you to, get better grades or to behave or whatever the thing. Now we're going to give you more. Or we're going to give you a speeding ticket. Oh, you like to speed. Okay. Well, in order to decrease the behavior of speeding, in order to decrease the likelihood of you speeding, you're going to get a ticket. So remember, punishment is decreasing behavior. Positive is by giving you something, a spanking or a speeding ticket or whatever it is. And then we have a negative punishment. So negative means taking away, right? Removing a desired stimulus after particular undesired behavior is exhibited, resulting in reducing behavior. So what would be an example of what could they take away, right? Well, you know what? you're not getting good grades, we're going to take away the Xbox. Okay? Once your grades improve or when you get good grades, the Xbox will return to your room. No more cell phone. You know what? You can have it during the day, but then once you get home, that's it. No more cell phone because you're not doing well in school. We're going to take away your driver's license. You can't drive. So, punishment. They're trying to get a behavior to be removed. Negative means taken away, whether it's an Xbox or a cell phone or a driver's license. So there you have examples of each. Make sure you are familiar with the examples because I'm sure you're going to have to know them in the future.